guys, how are you all? It's Cloudy. I hope you all have been well. It's been about a week since I did a fandom related vlog, and last week you guys got to see all my travel vlogs from Europe, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. Also, some of you guys might know last week I was in New York for KCON, and then I had an entire week of vacation with family there. That was super fun, and I got back this week, but of course it takes about 3 to 4 days to kind of settle in, catch up on all my new manga and anime, and then figure out what I wanted to show you guys in this haul. So today we are doing Cloudy's August favorites, and that's mostly manga. I missed Manga Mondays this week, so I hope this kind of makes up for it. And Manga Mondays will be back next week, of course. Today's haul encompasses all the manga that I got in New York. New York is one of the most vibrant cities on earth, and one of the reasons why I love visiting so much is because you can get a slice of every sort of culture within Manhattan, and it's just such a nice closed off hub. New York is one of my favorite places to visit. One of my favorite stores to always check out in New York. Kinokuniya is probably a name some of you guys might be familiar with. They are a really big Japanese bookstore company which has a branch in New York. So obviously, because it's a Japanese bookstore, it originated in Japan. And it's actually quite funny. I was texting my friend who is still in Japan, and she was telling me how she went to Kinokuniya yesterday to pick up some manga for me in Tokyo, while I went to the Kinokuniya branch in New York. So one of the big reasons why I love visiting New York is to check out these interesting kind of stores that Toronto might not have. I really love Kinokuniya because it caters to all audiences. It not only has a bookstore and magazine section all in Japanese for reading material, it also has a gigantic, huge floor of manga separated into different genres. Whether you like shoujo, shonen, seinen, josei, fantasy, action, slice of life, for koma, there is a shelf for that, and there's also a shelf for older manga, and then there's like displays for the new stuff that's just come out. They also have a section for art books, and if you're not familiar with the Japanese language, they do sell a lot of manga that is in English. So it caters to all different audiences and all kinds of fans, and that's one of the reasons why I love Kinokuniya so much. All of today's manga is in Japanese. They are the Japanese original copies, and I ended up getting them because I really wanted to support the mangaka, but I can't do that through English licensed copies because they just haven't been licensed yet. Some of these books are new. A lot of the copies are very new, so I'm going to be showing you guys some of the latest stuff that's out as well. So if you guys are interested in anything I said before, let's get started. 2 weeks ago, I did a vlog featuring my favorite artist, Iyosaki Saka, comparing her two manga series, Ao Haru Ride and Strobe Edge. Today I wanted to show you guys the 2 volumes of Ao Haru Ride Volume 1 and Volume 2. Ao Haru Ride is a really interesting series in terms of like the licensing business aspect of it, because Strobe Edge is licensed, it's finished, and it's been officially brought over here. I've only ever found Ao Haru Ride in foreign languages copies, and when I say foreign languages, I mean German, Russian, French. Tokyo Pop translates a lot for Europe. They don't really do anything for North America or the States anymore. Here are the original Japanese copies. Just to give you guys a quick comparison, Ao Haru Ride Japanese is this copy. This is the Chinese copy that I have for Strobe Edge. It is about the same size, maybe like a little bit smaller. And then I have the English copy here for Strobe Edge, which is a regular manga volume size. And I love Iyosaki Saka so much. I'm just trying to collect everything that she's ever put out. To be very straightforward about it, Ao Haru Ride is a slice of life romance drama. If you guys are interested in checking out more of this series, you guys can go to my vlog from last week, Ao Haru Ride versus Strobe Edge. Which one should you read? And one of the main reasons why I ended up getting Ao Haru Ride is because they have furigana next to the kanji. So the most difficult thing about learning the Japanese language is actually getting all the kanji. And because kanji are essentially very complex Chinese characters that have a lot of strokes, it's very difficult to learn all the kanji. And when you come across a kanji that you don't know, it's very difficult to figure out the meaning of the sentence or the scene. So the great thing about manga is within a certain age bracket or within a certain material, they will offer furigana, which is the phonetic syllables next to the kanji, which really helps. Plus, I already know the story generally at the very beginning, so I think it will kind of help me grasp how the Japanese puts it together. Getting it in the original material is a little bit different because you're perceiving it differently. Whew, so that was a little bit of a long-winded rant, but I am super excited to read all of my manga. I wanted to show off the awesome new copy of Cardcaptor Sakura by Clamp. Recently this year, Cardcaptors had their anniversary. I believe it was the 15th anniversary. It was like a 15th or 20th anniversary. And with the anniversary came a really lovely new Nendoroid by the Good Smile Company, 2 Nendoroids. Those are really nice if you guys want to check those out. They also reprinted all the volumes of the manga. And this manga volume was actually twice the price of a regular manga. And you can kind of generally already see why, because the cover is so gorgeously done. It has rose gold tinted into the border of the design, and it's so pretty. When you open it, there is a really nice graphic print on the cover in full color, and as you go through the pages, you'll realize that all of it is done in really nice like hard paper. It's not the flimsy kind of paper you get from comic books. It's actually like a collectible kind of print. It reminds me a lot of the anniversary copies they did for the original Gundam series, the ones in really intense hardcover. I was actually really surprised when I was flipping through this at first because it came with a photo card, and I love photo cards. This was a pleasant surprise, and I'm really regretting it that I didn't get 2 or 3 more copies. As well, there's a little bit of a extra bonus card, so you get a little bit of the art on the front and then some promotional codes on the back. If you guys are into shoujo manga and you haven't read Clamp, please go read something by Clamp. Clamp is a group of mangaka artists composed of 5 women, and they are so talented. They have such a consistent style, and they have made such huge strides in the manga industry. Cardcaptor Sakura is a magic girl series. I grew up with this series. It's a series that's so nostalgic, and I really hope that I can find more copies of this online because it is just so worth it to kind of open it and then see your favorite characters and see this familiar kind of art style. So for all of you Clamp lovers, definitely check out this volume. Next is a volume of a series that I've been trying to collect and complete for a long time. If you guys follow this on Instagram, you guys might have already gotten a spoiler for this. It is Lucky Star Volume 2. And you're probably wondering, why are you only collecting Volume 2? And the reason is because when Bandai licensed Lucky Star, no matter how many times I hunted around conventions, went to bookstores, looked online, I couldn't find Volume 2, which is ridiculous because that's the only part that I'm missing in the series. I've read Lucky Star like so many times. Lucky Star is a 4-coma slice of life series, seinen series. It pokes fun at a lot of like otaku life, and it's actually really relatable to anyone who's into anime or manga, which is why so many people love Lucky Star. The only problem is that Lucky Star was licensed by a company that just does not produce manga anymore. Bandai Entertainment, I don't know if some of you guys have even heard of this, but they did Lucky Star a few years back, and it's so difficult to find any volumes of these now. Any pre-existing volumes in the stores are the only ones that are left, but I'm really glad I stumbled onto this. It finishes my collection, and Lucky Star is one of those really trademark manga series that you just have to read. Next series is one of my current favorite series, and I ended up getting the first 3 volumes in Japanese because I don't really see any companies licensing it very soon. This series is called Horomia, and you guys might have heard me mention it in one of my past Manga Monday videos. I really like the series. It's one of those really sweet and unconventional shoujo romance series. It drags out a little bit, but the comedy is so endearing and charming that you just don't mind following the pacing and the characters. So this is volume 1, and Horomia follows a girl named Hori who is a pretty popular and pretty and perfect girl in school. But she doesn't participate much in social activities because she's so concerned with family. So most of the time she goes home and she has to cook and clean, and they kind of poke fun at this a little bit because she ends up meeting a boy who is basically a social recluse, but he ends up being surprisingly talkative around her. So he visits her family a lot, and it's kind of this weird take on relationships, family, school, and it all kind of intersects with each other in the plot, which is why I found Horomia very interesting. I like Horomia a lot as well because the art style is very simple and very easy to get into. The characters are very distinguishable. So this is volume 1, this is volume 2, and this is volume 3. You can kind of see that there are different characters on each of the volumes already. They don't really repeat, and they all have like a really different color scheme for each of them. And in terms of the kanji, even though there is furigana in this series, I actually think that the kanji is a lot easier and the dialogue is more simple. So for any of you guys who are maybe interested in checking out some Japanese manga, but your Japanese is still in the sort of beginner intermediate levels, you might want to check out this series. Finally, the last book that I want to show you guys is actually an art book. I know I've showed you guys a lot of manga already, and I haven't expanded my art book collection in such a long while. And one of the biggest reasons is because I'm simply running out of space and I just don't have enough room to keep all these giant books around my house. However, when I did see this art book, I jumped at the chance, and I might sound a little bit repetitive, but bear with me because the art style is fantastic. This is Iosaki Saka's illustrations book. I mentioned her earlier with Owl Harura, I mentioned her earlier with Strobe Edge, and I can't get enough of her art because it is just so beautiful, so gorgeous. She works a lot with like watercolor styles and pastels, and the eyes are not overbearing. A lot of times you'll read shoujo manga, and when it comes to series like Vampire Knight or Uraboku, both of those kinds of styles have more fluffy and excessive detailing. This is very simple, very clean. It's just some light shading here and there. She has Owl Harura on the front and then Strobe Edge on the back. While I love Strobe Edge more, I realized that this book actually focuses more on Owl Harura, so you get these really nice full colored print illustrations of the characters. Sometimes you'll see extra prints for sale or little doodles on the side in between chapters. She takes those, makes them bigger, and expands them and colors them, and it's just so beautiful. I love art books so much. Most of the book does include Aoharurai, but there's a really cute snippet in the middle of the illustrations book where it features Futaba and Ko on a date, and on the other side of the restaurant is Nenako and Ren on a date. So you have this kind of crossover between characters, and I actually find it really adorable because one couple ends up overhearing what another couple says. Lots of soft pastels, dreamy colors, light shading, and it's just everything that is aesthetically pleasing to the eye. So I love Iosaki Saka so much. If you guys are also fans of the series, I highly recommend you get something like this art book. This art book was not expensive at all. It was about $30 US or $35 US. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this manga haul. I hope it wasn't too long-winded for you, and I hope you guys found something interesting to check out. All of these series aren't new series, so there's a lot of material and chapters for you guys to check out if you want to read them. And if you guys like this video, don't forget to hit like or subscribe for more from me. My KCON New York vlog will be coming later next week as well. My regular general New York travel vlog will be coming next week. Between all the editing and the picture sorting, I will try to do Manga Mondays because I know some of you guys really love Manga Mondays. Till then, I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will talk to you guys in my next video very soon. Bye!